the TheFearShop.com Metal Podcast.
Alright, here it is.
Hey, TheFearShop.com Metal Podcast fans, come check out our new metal shirts. We have new Maiden Tour shirts and also new Slayer, Suicide, Silence, Cradle of Filth, Motorhead, and Charred Walls of the Damned. Stop by TheFearShop.com and shop for yourself or get a gift certificate for that metal-loving friend. Now, back to Mike.
Well, now I guess, from talking to you yesterday, I guess my first question right off the bat is, well, how far along are you guys on a new album? You mentioned you were going to the studio.
Well, we're in the middle of writing right now. Still just in the writing process. There's not really a deadline, so we're just going to write as many songs as we can, and of course pick the best 10 out of all of them.
Yeah.
We're still just in the writing,
Any, can you tell anybody, maybe the basic sound? Is it more like Formation? Or are you going back a little bit more, something new?
Well, I think the Formation and the Gathering to me was probably, I was very happy with vocally and musically. So I think I'd like to get something more in that direction, I guess. It's just maybe a blend of both, because the Gathering has more blast thrash beats in it than the Formation record.
Yeah.
So if we can kind of maybe combine a little bit of that element.
Yeah, it's just, I'll have to admit, I haven't been displeased with any of the releases yet, so to me they're all just kick-ass, so I really can't complain with any of them. So just in general, how you feeling these days? Are you still doing the annual checkups, or how's that?
Yeah, I'm still doing annual checkups, and everything, every checkup so far has been good, and got a physical coming up here soon, so I'll get, my update for the next year.
Yeah, it was, when I heard all that stuff, it was really scary, and then obviously for you a lot more. But I did hear the story.
It was a trippy time.
What's up?
Yeah, it was definitely a trippy time.
Yeah, it was, whatever. It's past, and I guess, it's all happy times now, right? It was a scary time for everybody. I heard the story about you meeting Charlie, the medicine man, when you were sick. Do you want to tell anybody about that, or do you want to talk about that a little?
Well, I've already spoke about that. I mean, people could read that where I spoke about it, but just, I seen some medicine then during my healing, and just, it really kind of got me and focused me through what I needed to get done. I kind of approached the whole illness kind of lighthearted, as if it wasn't as serious as a cancer. I was kind of focused as it's just a cold or something, and I was just, doing what I can do to get better, and kind of just took that whole approach, and the Native American part of it just kind of kept me focused and on grounding myself, keeping, just focused on myself and what I had to accomplish. So, it really did help me out.
Alright, that's great stuff. So how was the American Carnage tour that you did?
It was great. I mean, for us, to get to go out and do a big arena tour like that was awesome, especially with this lineup and the Formation record backing that.
Yeah.
But more than that, this was one of the tours we had an opportunity to travel and bring more of a stage set to our show. And it really did add another element to our show, the Testament show, and it felt really good, and everything just happened just smooth. It was just, usually something holds something up, and nothing goes smooth in this business, but it seemed that tour actually just everything seemed to work out fine, and shows were great, and we never had any problems, so it all really worked out. And the thing was is that there was no attitudes out there. Everybody got along really well. and all the bands enjoyed each other's company. It wasn't any weird trips or anything like that.
Yeah, I hear you. So you're on to 70,000 tons of metal, right?
Yeah.
Do you know anything more about that? Do you know how long your set is, or even when you're playing?
I have no idea.
Yeah, still not sure. Is Alex going to be a part of that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, not sure. All right. Do you think bands like Testament and Exodus got slighted when people talked about the Big Four and the whole tour that just went on? I mean, you guys were just as influential, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, the Big Four is just I don't know, pigeonholing you a little bit, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what's wrong with the Big Six or the Big Eight or the Big Ten?
I mean,
it doesn't really matter. I mean, the Big 100, whatever, they all influence something. Or, I think as far as the Big Four, yeah, those guys, rightfully so, in all their heydays, definitely rightfully so, earned that.
Yeah.
We, as us and bands like Exodus, we were kind of coming up right when the changing of the guards and early 90s started coming in with grunge, right when we were selling records and we were moving and about to, I guess graduate would be the proper word, and to take the next step to the next level. The bottom fell out, bottom fell out of radio. It fell out of every major label was dropping their metal bands. I mean, it was so fast. It all happened. It seemed like within months, things turned around.
I mean,
and at that point, as they turned around, we were kind of at the end of our life as a band because we weren't seeing eye to eye anymore.
Yeah.
We had different opinions, and we were breaking up. So the breakup and the 90s, the change of the music and everything, it just all kind of happened at that time. And we kind of just said, well, it is what it is. But we decided at that time that we were going to pursue a heavier, be consciously heavier in the music we write and what we do. And we had a 10-year relationship with Atlantic Records, dealing with a person over there who's an A&R guy, always looking for you to write the next single, the next radio hit, or MTV video. And that's not what a metal band's about and we're supposed to be about, but we had to live with that for 10 years. And once that was gone, it was like, okay, it's breath of fresh air. We can do what we want, and God damn it, we're going to be heavier. Fuck it.
Yeah.
So that was our decision, and we stuck to that. So, if it took us 15 years for the cycle of metal to kind of take full circle again, well, here we are. We're still here. We're not writing lighter music. We're writing harder music, which I think makes us actually fit in a little better and makes us a little more modern, current sounding than being like a 25-year-old band, sounding like a 25-year-old band.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, every album has been fresh. I mean, it definitely doesn't sound like you're just rehashing a new order or anything. It's just,
right.
It's speaking of the Big Four too, what do you think of their, what do you think of the recent music coming from them, from the Big Four?
Well, Anthrax doesn't have anything.
Yeah, outside of Anthrax.
Megadeth, they've done some great records and done some great business over the last couple of years. Metallica, of course, with their last record, I probably pleased a lot of Metallica fans, just more to what they're used to wanting from Metallica. Slayer, of course, Slayer's writing the heaviest stuff they've always written, and
Slayer, right?
Slayer. And, I mean, in that sense, I would say, out of all four of those bands, I think Anthrax probably has worked the less out of all of those bands over the last 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's just Big Four. I think, it's from a journalistic standpoint, it's just another story,
Yeah, it's whatever. I mean, it's, the one thing I did actually enjoy about it was it really gave metal a huge light shining on it. So it was, something really good for metal in general. So
it is, definitely. But I think, you got the biggest metal band in the world, Metallica. They could do this every day across the world with bands like us or Exodus Slayer and doing it everywhere instead of making it like a limited event, because yeah, it creates a buzz, but why not buzz it around the whole world for a little bit?
You've still never opened for them, right? For Metallica?
Never, no.
Never, yeah.
No.
If they asked, would you?
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know if you were like, we're not opening for anybody.
I ask James every time I see him.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, kind of weird that they wouldn't jump all over that. So, I don't know.
Well, I think maybe just because we came up from the same era and time, maybe they feel like, let those guys go out there and earn it.